What if the sharpest, most devastating response to being hurt is not revenge, not a speech, not exposure, but silence that transforms you into someone untouchable? Imagine turning pain into progress so completely that the person who tried to break you becomes a footnote in a life that sparkles without them. This is not passive. This is deliberate, disciplined power. This is the Stoic path. Stick with Stoicism drive, and by the end you'll have a clear, step-by-step mindset to make that silence your strongest weapon. In life we meet two kinds of people: those who build us up and those who chip away at us. The people who harm you often don't smash a window or shout their cruelty. They undermine you in quiet ways: betrayal wrapped in a smile, manipulative kindness, gossip whispered behind your back, or the emptiness of pretending to care. Those invisible wounds cut deeper than bruises. They linger in memory, in midnight thoughts, in the small anxieties that follow you into conversations and meetings. When most people are wounded like this, their instinct is loud. Lash out. Call them out. Defend yourself online. Make them pay. There's an immediate satisfaction in striking back. But the strategic, intelligent course is different. The true comeback is not fury. It is silence combined with growth. It is becoming so resilient, so emotionally sovereign, that the person who hurt you cannot find purchase in your life anymore. Stoic wisdom at its core teaches detachment as strength, not avoidance as weakness. You cannot always control what others do, only how you respond. When someone tries to wound you, through words, passive aggression, or betrayal, you have two choices: invest energy reacting, or rise above and invest energy in becoming the person who no longer needs to respond. Choose the latter. Silence isn't the same as surrender. Silence is a loud statement. Picture someone who spreads lies about you, deserts you in a moment of need, or tries to diminish your worth. They expect chaos, spit, a dramatic rebuttal. They expect to feed on your reaction. Instead, you say nothing. You withdraw, not as punishment, but as strategy. You reallocate every ounce of adrenaline that would fuel a rant into your life, training your body, sharpening your skills, building relationships with people who actually respect you, and creating work that matters. You begin to glow inwardly. Outwardly you become untouchable. That quiet ascent dismantles their power because they can no longer harvest your attention. Power over someone's emotions requires a supply. Cut the supply and the manipulator is left exposed, forced to face the consequences of their own choices without the comforting echo of your suffering. Silence compels reflection. It strips away manipulation. When someone can no longer provoke you, their control evaporates. That is the practical Stoic method of winning, not by breaking someone else, but by outgrowing them. Don't mistake this for passivity or denial. This is disciplined self-mastery. The goal of silent strength is to construct a life so rich, so orderly, joyful, disciplined, and purposeful, that the person who once mattered to you becomes a faded chapter. True revenge, by this measure, is not retaliation, it is prevention. It is building your boundaries, shoring up your inner fortress, and refusing to let history repeat itself. How do you enact this? First, stop feeding the drama. Delete the draft replies. Close the tabs. Do not post the late-night rants. Second, recommit to your routine. Physical training to reclaim your energy. Daily reading that sharpens perspective. Focused work that expands your influence. Third, curate your circle. Spend time with people who elevate you, people who are loyal in small moments, who show up, who measure respect by action rather than words. Fourth, create visible markers of your progress, not to provoke them, but so that when you reappear in their orbit, your transformation tells the story without comment. This approach resonates with the practical heart of Stoicism. External events will occur, but your mind remains your domain. When you refuse to let another person write the script of your emotions, you reclaim authorship of your life. You stop needing closure from them because you found closure in progress. Their need for your reaction is a kind of appetite. Remove that food and their hunger becomes evident. There is also a moral economy at work. The world has its own balances. Those who specialize in harming often sow consequences through their patterns. While you are rebuilding, healing, moving forward, they are likely to remain entangled in the same toxic loops that produced their behavior. That is not your justice to pursue. But it is often the natural return of cause and effect. Your task is not to wait for that to fall into place. Your task is to be better regardless. Ask yourself right now, when hurt arrives, which version of you do you want to be? The version who spirals and posts and calls and rages, providing a feast for the very person who fed on your pain? Or the version who gets up, breathes, and becomes a quieter, stronger presence, one whose life hums with meaning and whose silence says more than any statement could? The latter is the victor. Make no mistake. Cultivating this silent strength takes discipline. There will be moments of temptation when a text or a tweet seems like deserved medicine. In those moments, pause, breathe, and choose growth instead. Replace the impulse to react with one small constructive act, 10 push-ups, a paragraph of writing, an email to a mentor, a walk that clears your mind. Over time, those micro-choices aggregate into a vastly different life. When you return to the world months later, not consumed by coping but thriving, the difference is unmistakable. Your composure, your accomplishments, your inner peace will deliver the message more forcefully than any exposé. The person who hurt you will confront an uncomfortable truth. Their attempt to wound you did not derail your life, it catalyzed your rise. Your silence was not emptiness, it was strategy. Your healing, not their downfall, became the lesson. So the next time betrayal or manipulation appears, remember this framework. Don't waste energy trying to break them back. Instead, become someone who cannot be broken by them. Vanish into your purpose, invest in yourself, build discipline, cultivate joy, and lean into the work that defines you. That is the most stoic, the most devastating, and the most righteous way to neutralize anyone who thought they could destroy you. If this message resonated, support Stoicism Drive by liking this video, subscribing for more practical strategies, and leaving a comment with one step you'll take this week to build your silent strength. Share this with someone who needs to see that their best response is to become unstoppable, quietly, deliberately, and with integrity.